It's something that bad guys can take advantage of and exploit.
We can tell when you are there, where you are, where you've been, and usually who you're talking to at those locations as well.
All a stalker needs is your phone number, and in some cases, just your name. Don Bailey and Nick DiPatrio are international security consultants who tour the world alerting companies and consumers to smartphone stalking.
You don't need physical access to the phone. I only need the phone number.
Bailey and DiPatrio say with just a name and a general location, a stalker can track your cell phone number and start hacking into your life.
So I crawl through your friends and your friends of friends, et cetera, building this little social network and building this behavioral profile and maybe even tracking their locations.
Here at TourCon, an annual hacking convention in San Diego, we told them to prove it. So, without touching our producer's phone, they grabbed her data. Here's her name. And in code, it shows she's in San Diego. We gave them our photographer's company-issued phone. Within seconds, our station's call letters pop up with his exact location.
An iPhone app that Colin wrote that allows us, if you just type in a phone number and hit it, it'll send the message and knock whoever you want off the network.
It's a brave new world when stalkers can hack you from a distance without ever touching your phone or putting spy software in it. And it's becoming increasingly common. All over YouTube, you'll find stalking tutorials, iPhone and iPad hackers. And this guy, Charlie Miller, who became a rock star hacker for winning the annual so-called Pwn to Own contest. Among his conquests, knocking users off their network and taking complete control of someone else's device in a matter of seconds without the user having any clue.
I was able to take control of his browser. From the user's perspective, it's completely invisible, and there's nothing they would know that it happens. There's really nothing they can do.
This video blogger bemoans the day she ever gave out her 10-digit number.
I end up giving him my phone number, and even as I'm writing out the phone number, I'm going, I really don't want to be doing this. He had a gold tooth. I mean, come on.
After months of a creep stalking her every move, she now tells women, when in doubt, give out the number to the rejection hotline instead of personal digits. That rejection hotline is full of numbers that will tell a stalker to get lost.
It's not a safe playground, and you gotta know what you're doing.
There's an awful lot of information that's leaking out there that you have virtually no control over.
You have to be aware that that could become a tracking device, and that you either have to take measures to shut that phone off, or to use a carrier that is not going to expose the information that could make you vulnerable to an attacker.
Some say the only way to be entirely safe from cell phone stalking is to simply disconnect.
If you don't want to be tracked at all, you shouldn't be on the internet. You probably shouldn't carry a phone.
All right, I am scared now. And Don Bailey joins us now with more on this kind of invasion of your privacy. As you just saw, Don is a security consultant and an expert on smartphone stalking. Also with us, Marion Merritt. Now, she's the internet safety advocate for Symantec, and she has news about a new product that will help all of us protect our privacy. Don, you guys scared me in this piece. Okay, what is the worst thing that could happen in a stalking case like this? When you've got information that you can use, what kind of information, and are our lives in danger at this point?
Well, unfortunately, it's true that it's very possible it could be that your life is in danger. And the reason why is in the last year, the FBI actually determined that there were about 25,000 cases of domestic abuse purely based on tracking, cellular tracking. And that's, obviously a very serious issue. So when you think about your personal safety, and the safety of the people around you, your business partners, or even your family and your children, yeah, it becomes a very serious threat to...
Yeah. Marion, let me ask you, I'm going to now shut my phone off at night so no one can track me where I am at night. But what do you have in the Symantec world that allows us to get some peace of mind?
Well, we're very excited to announce we have a new app called Norton Mobile Security, and it's intended for the Android. So while this is a tablet, here's a smartphone that's running it. And what it enables you to do is actually scan in real time for the kind of threats you've just heard about. It can detect spyware and malware right on your device. And should you be one of the 1 in 3 Americans who gets their cell phone stolen or lost, you want to get rid of that data so it's not in the hands of a criminal. And with this same application, you can remotely wipe your device or lock it.
Now, I've been able to do that on my iPhone. I think it comes with the iPhone. So that to wiping it out, now can you still, Don, I'm going to ask you, can you still get access? Can you still get information even when that happens?
Yes and no. I mean, if you're taking a chance where you're wiping the entire phone, then sure, I mean, you're kind of disabling that from attaching to the network, but the SIM card is still activated, right? So even though your personal information may no longer be there, the actual cellular connection still is. And according to the techniques that we've disclosed, as you said, at TourCon earlier this year, we have actually been able to track people just via their cell phone, just via that SIM card. So every time they change that to a new phone, the phone itself doesn't matter. It's the identity on the network. We can find that identity, and once we ascertain the location of that particular identity card, we know where you are or where devices that you own are. And that's the big deal.
So, Marion, when we're buying our cell phones, we should really pay close attention to all of this. A lot of people just buy the phone and think nothing of it, right?
Well, actually, a study from the NCSA found that most people know that their cell phone is not nearly as secure as their PC, or could be. And what we would encourage people to do is think now about how you're going to secure and back up that data should the inevitable happen and it become out of your hands. And then, of course, you've got to look for security from the provider and also aftermarket applications, like from Norton.
Don Bailey, Marion Merritt, thank you so much for being with us tonight, and we'll keep a close eye on this.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.